started now. The kicker, Chris Boswell. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. Leading them out is their 6'2 quarterback who was a 4th-round pick back in 2012, Kirk Cousins.
And one nice thing you can always say about Kirk Cousins is that he's consistent. Always puts up nice numbers each and every year. If there is a downside to his game, it's been the lack of playoff success. All in all, though, a formidable starting quarterback at a time in the league where it's tough to find your franchise guy.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 8. Off the play fake, Cousins. He hits his target, Lockett. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 down at the 31. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. That's some strong running. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals 23. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold him to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On for the field goal now is Evan McPherson. And this one will be a 29-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So now the Bengals get ready for their first drive. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
3-0 after one on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. As they've got it as we resume action. Tua's throw caught by Higgins. And Higgins is going to have a Bengals first down as the tackle going to be made up at the 37. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Here's Tua. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few minutes box there.
First down, Chubb going to get forward for only about a couple. 2nd and 8 forthcoming. From midfield, here's Tua. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And Higgins is going to have a Bengals first down as he'll get this down to the 41. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, a 22. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Tua sets up to pass it. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And the Bengals are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up for the 1st and goal.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. Touchdown! O.J. Howard from 4 yards out. And the Bengals will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there. Touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a Bengals score. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Cook able to escape. The Jets going to go on offense one last time in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. On play action, Cousins. Here's one deep for Pickens. And that's caught inside the 35. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. And he fends him off. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Lockett as the first half is winding down. And the Jets have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Oh, such great concentration. They're going right up against. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bengal offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about.
Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the... Sorry, Coach. We'll catch up with you after the game. We're going to skip through halftime here and headed back to the field for the third quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Bengal offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent during the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminated.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up fourth down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. It's caught, blocking. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down. Now Cousins. And he'll find Hall. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 43 yards.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as designed because they let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number one, it's easy for him to get lost. And number two, really tough.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. James Cook, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Jets are able to widen their advantage. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
7 yards there and a first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Just a gain of a couple there. And that will bring up second down. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. Now Tua. And that one complete once again to Higgins. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 26. And again, it's Tagovailoa. And he will find Scott on the right side complete. Here comes second down at 5. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Got an open man, it's Scott. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Looking to pass. Tua. Touchdown, Bengals. T. Higgins. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception.
Oh, good return up past the 30. Still fighting. Past midfield. Still going. One man to beat. And he will score. Touchdown, Jets. A big-time special teams play here in the fourth quarter to extend their lead.
And coaches preach it all the time. If you can score on special teams, your chances of winning the game really jump up in a big way. Now, I'll let our analytics friends quantify it and give us the exact numbers, but that's what coaches talk about all the time. That extra momentum, that extra bounce you get from a special team score.
I don't have any analytics friends. Those are your friends.
I'll claim them.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25.
So now the Bengals down 24-14. A minute 47 on the clock. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on to a hit, and the ball is out. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back. And this is intercepted. And that should do it.
Picked off by Pat Surtain.
And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Well, we knew this was going to be a tall order anyway, down 2 scores with this little time remaining. But that interception puts an end to any hopes that they had.
All right, partner, work with me here because obviously scoring a touchdown, getting the onside kick, then going down, scoring again. Well, that's asking a lot, isn't it? And that's really not a great expectation to begin with. I think they'll look back on this game and see what got them in this spot in the first place and say to themselves, we really gave this game away.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down.
Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Back to the ground, this time Cook. And bulldozing his way through. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal.
They'll run with Hall.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall
taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Jets are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every ref if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
The Bengals set to take over. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Tua once again here on 2nd and 10. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, time, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side.
Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Lockett with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. McPherson on for the point after.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm.
To a hit, and the ball is out. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And taken right on the 30. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. Throwing here, Cousins.
Here's one deep for Pickens.
And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, a ton of pressure on.
Here's the punter now, Pat McAfee, to get this one started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team.
And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25.
So here are the Chiefs now coming out for their opening drive. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment. Running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
Levis in trouble. Down he goes. Trey Walker coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable third down. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down, makes it manageable now.
Now Levis, pass taken in by his big tight end. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A big one there on third down. They hit for 30 yards.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. Second down and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. Be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Harrison Smith on the safety blitz, able to get the sack. They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they got to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So here's the play.
And the pressure gets to him again. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of Michigan State. The former Spartan, it's Kirk Cousins.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle.
And that's caught inside the 30. The way in. Touchdown, New York. George Pickens, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Jets will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Levis sets up to throw here. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. They overloaded that time of the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls.
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. How about this? And the Jets are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Following the interception, Cousins. Touchdown! Tyler Lockett, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. You had a perfect omelet, dropped it. So a little bit of a turnover. You went right back though and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do.
Don't worry about your hands though.
Yeah.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Well, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Levis back to throw. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So a roughing the passer penalty there, CD.
And we know that these pass rushers love to get after rookie quarterbacks, but they've still got to do it within the scope of the rules. And that time, the hit came just a little bit too late. And the official won't even think twice about pulling his flag on that one.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now Levis. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Levis. This time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Meanwhile, Levis's throw here complete to Kelsey. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Back to throw, it's Levis. He'll get this to counter underneath. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Jake Moody now on for the field goal. And this a 39-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
New York set to take the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. He may go. Breece Hall. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall, 68 yards. And the Jets will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
You get in a second and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
And McPherson on for the extra point. And it's 21-3. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And a long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Levis to throw on 1st and 10 here. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. That bumps us up to a 3-possession game here, and only in the second quarter, Charles. They're trying to put this game out of reach before we even hit the locker rooms for intermission.
What's even tougher is making up 3 possessions against a defense that can make impact plays like this. They don't have this game wrapped up quite yet, but 2 picks already, 1 to the house. I think it's fair to say they're headed in the right direction.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. So the pick 6, and now Levis right back to the air. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every down.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Henry running right. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. On 4th down, here's Pat McAfee to kick it away. Fielded at the 20. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Just a fantastic punt return of 80 yards. And the Jets continue to pull away here in this first half.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the rout is on here in this first half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Well, the Chiefs going to go back on offense one final time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
One final shot before the half. Here's Levis.
Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome.
An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter.
The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
74 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. They run again on first down. Cook. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 10 more there and another first down.
We don't talk about it very often. Sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
There he goes left side. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall,
his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Jets have got it on cruise control. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
No run back here for Jones, a touchback.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
Quay Walker picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
This is fielded at the 27. And running with power here. Fights through and now a crease. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. He returns that punt 73 yards. And the Jets will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. But it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they hit the ball and kick it right to him.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Again, it's Henry. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
We have played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series.
He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called, because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays, nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. 25 yards that time.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
That's complete. It's Travis Kelce.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
35 yards the game there. Another first down as well.
Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence, because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them.
And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, obviously, Charles, no more points were needed, but some teams just can't resist the urge to keep adding on, and they did just that here in the fourth quarter.
And we've certainly been on the call to see many teams do exactly that over the years, Brandon. Some to even more impressive degrees. In the end, it always goes back to there's still a defense out there, and it's still a game of NFL football. So if you don't like what's happening, it's up to you to get them stopped.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
No run back here for Jones, a touchback. KC's offense ready to take over. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
1st and 10. Here's Levis. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Levis looking to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Deion Sanders.
And the Jets are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Here's one deep for Pickens.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect 2nd half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the 2nd half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the 1st.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Deion Sanders, the Hall of Famer, with a pick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
1st down, here's the run with Cook.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet 1st down. Again, it's Cook. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They'll run with Cook. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
No run back here for Jones, a touchback.
The Chiefs offense set to go. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
And my goodness, another interception. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
Let's see what they do here in this last sequence. But as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off season, but on game day.